The Cyber Intelligence Research Lab of the Department of Computer Applications of Cochin University of Science and Technology, Cochin, is organizing a 5-day AICTE-sponsored Atal Faculty Development Program on cybersecurity oversight for information protection from 12th July to 16th July 2021. All India Council for Technical Education, AICTE, Government of India's Training and Learning Academy, Atal Academy, Online FDP, has been recognized as world record and is a novel initiative by AICTE to train teachers of higher education institutions associated with AICTE in trust areas and emerging areas in technology. The purpose of this FDP, organized by the Department of Computer Applications, is to enhance the skill set and knowledge of the faculty members, school teachers, industry professionals, research scholars, and students in diverse areas related to cybersecurity. The FDP has received more than 175 registrations from various academic institutions and industries across India. Coming to the objective of the workshop, with the increase in the usage of internet, especially in this pandemic period, there has been an exponential rise in cyber threats. Cyber criminals are employing sophisticated techniques to exploit vulnerabilities associated with the system to exfiltrate vital information pertaining to the users. The aim of this online faculty development program is to discuss diverse topics such as security aspects in social media, malware analysis, attack tactics, web security, multimedia security, cryptography, etc. To eventually promote research in the domain of cybersecurity and protect ourselves from cyber criminals. Sessions will be conducted by allied speakers, including faculty members from IITs, NITs, IIITs, other reputed organizations, and security practitioners from industries like Cisco, Bangalore. To start with, may we have a minute of silent prayer. Now, may I invite Dr. M.V. Judy, Professor, Department of Computer Applications, for the welcome speech.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, Ms. Gerardo.
Okay. Respected dignitaries, faculty members, my colleagues, invited speakers, participants from various institutions, and my dear students. A very warm good afternoon to one and all. Today, we are here to inaugurate the 5-day AICT Atal online workshop on cybersecurity oversight for information protection. So as ma'am has given an introduction, I would like to say a few things about this once again. This workshop is hosted by the Cyber Intelligence Research Lab of our department, and we have 200 participants registered for this workshop from various states, and that is the maximum permitted number as per the AICT nomenclature. There are 18 sessions organized along with hands-on training from various speakers from NITs, IITs, and IIIT and other reputed institutions across India from industry and academia to share their knowledge and enhance our mental horizon. So as said, while the world is struggling with With the impact of COVID-19, cyber criminals see it as an opportunity. In a very short period, the world became far more digitally connected as well as vulnerable than ever. In this scenario, to help us understand and respond to the evolving cyber challenges facing the post-COVID-19 landscape through this workshop, we are offered latest insight from our eminent experts. So with this brief introduction about the workshop, I now move on to my duty of delivering the welcome address. First and foremost, I welcome the president of this function, Dr. M.K. Sabu, professor and head of the department DCA CUSAT, who is the motivating force behind all the academic and development activities of the department. I welcome you, sir. I'm extremely happy to welcome our beloved and honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. K.N. Madhusudanan, sir, whose august presence itself adds value to any event that is organized. Sir has always been a strong pillar of support to the department for its overall developments. Hearty welcome, sir. Dr. Meera V., revered registrar of our university, is a leading light to all our academic activities. Her constant support and encouragement gives us motivation to work towards betterment of the department. I am pleased to welcome you, ma'am. Dr. K. Girish Kumar, Director, Internal Quality Assurance Cell CUSAT, is a vibrant personality and is always with us in all our endeavors. I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. I extend a warm welcome to the coordinators of the workshop, Dr. Vinod P., Professor of DCA, and Dr. Rafida Rahman, Assistant Professor of DCA, who have proved their expertise in this field by organizing such a wonderful workshop. My hearty welcome to my colleagues, Dr. Sri Kumar, Dr. Vishnu Kumar S., Ms. Malathi, and Emeritus Professors of our department, Dr. M. Jadavedan, sir, Dr. K.V. Pramod, and also to the distinguished professors, Dr. B. Kannan, deans and dignitaries from other departments who are present with us today. I also welcome our office staff, research scholars, technical staff, and all other teaching and non-teaching members of the department. On behalf of the Department of Computer Applications, I extend a very warm welcome to all our invited speakers and the participants of the workshop. I conclude by encouraging the delegates to participate with an increasing enthusiasm in all the activities and discussions through the digital platforms for the next 5 days. I wish everyone a successful, insightful, and fruitful learning experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Judy. Now may I invite Dr. M.K. Sabu, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Applications, to deliver the presidential address. Sir, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Our chief guest of the day, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Cochin University of Science and Technology, Professor Dr. K.N. Madhusudanan, sir. Our invited guest, Dr. V. Meera, Registrar, Cochin University of Science and Technology, Dr. K. Girish Kumar, Director, IQAC, Cochin University of Science and Technology, workshop coordinators, Dr. P. Vinod and Dr. Rafida Rahman. All other dignitaries joined in this inaugural ceremony, participants from other institutions, faculty members, other fellow colleagues from my department, research scholars, and my dear students. I am pleased to deliver the presidential address in the occasion of the inaugural ceremony of the AICTE-sponsored ATL 5-day FDP on cybersecurity oversight for information protection. The Department of Computer Applications has continuously been conducting various students and faculty grooming activities like FDPs, workshops, seminars, etc. with the support of UGC, AICTE, and Cochin University. This year, this is the second 5-day faculty development program organized by the Cyber Intelligence Research Lab of the Department of Computer Applications. This faculty development program provides a platform for research scholars and faculties in computer science, and related fields to share the knowledge and ideas in the field of cybersecurity. We all know the importance of science, technology, and innovation in our day-to-day lives and the ways in which they are transforming the world. Major highlights of this FDP are a series of technical talks by eminent personalities. For this workshop, we identified 19 experts from the field of information security to handle various sessions, both from academia and industry. And this is a unique faculty development program, which has been planned and designed for the participants. As a matter of fact, this FDP aims at providing key inputs into the areas of cybersecurity for information protection. Cybersecurity is the practice of defending computers, servers, mobile devices, electronic systems, networks, and data from malicious attacks. It is also known as information technology security or electronic information security. The practice is used by individuals and enterprises to protect against unauthorized access to data centers and other computerized systems. Unprotected use of internet and communication systems may result in hijacking of computing systems, which results in information leakage from a computing system. The main reason behind this lack of security, is lack of security assistance, system vulnerabilities, easy access of the system, etc. We can protect ourselves from these type of cyber attacks by using a full service internet security suite, keeping your software updated, and by keeping up-to-date information on major security breaches. Despite their widespread use, there will always be a need to revise existing security solutions to mitigate unseen threats. The important agenda of this FDP is the exchange of latest information in the field of information security among different research groups so that the participants would get a clear understanding of the importance of security issues in cyber world, and hence they can contribute more into this field. I hope as an outcome of this FDP, some novel solutions or ideas leading to various challenges existing in the field of information security, which will be helpful for the researchers and experts in this field to streamline their research in the right direction. With these words, I like to conclude, and I take this opportunity to appreciate the collective efforts taken by all the faculty members of the department and all our research scholars to make this workshop a reality. A special congratulations to our faculty members, Dr. P. Vinod and Dr. Rafida Rahman, for their active involvements to organize this FDP in a more befitting manner. All the best wishes to this 5-day FDP. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now we request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, our leading light, Professor Dr. K.N. Mathusudanan, sir, to deliver the inaugural address and inaugurate the workshop.
Professor Sabu MK, Dr. Meera, Professor Girish Kumar, Professor Judy MV, Professor Vinod P, distinguished resource persons of the workshop, participants of the workshop, students, friends. I'm extremely happy to see that Department of Computer Application is organizing an FDP on cybersecurity oversight for information protection. This workshop is part of a national program, the AICT Atal FTP. Our computer application department has been organizing several such training programs, faculty development programs, and so on. I'm pleased to see that the department is very active in that respect. So for this faculty development program, they've chosen a very, very important topic, that is cyber security. This is an area where we need constant updation, constant research, because this cybersecurity is a kind of cat and mouse issue. So there is always threat, new threats, and we find solutions. Again, new threat will come. So it goes on and on. So there is a need for very constant effort in this area. Today, I see that there are a large number of participants attending this program. It is mentioned that the response was overwhelming to this call, and they have to make the choice based on the number of seats available. Also, it is very nice to see that we have resource persons from national institutions and also from industry. This is a very, very important step because we build relations with industry and institutions through these kinds of efforts. I wish this FDP all the very best. I'm sure the participants will get immensely benefited out of this faculty development program, and also the message from this training program, I'm sure the participants will take to their own institutions, their students, research scholars, faculty members, and so on. So once again, I wish all the very best for the program and declare this program inaugurated. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I invite the most vibrant Dr. Meera V, Registrar, Cochin University of Science and Technology, for the felicitation.
Thank you, Maruti, for
Thank you.
the compliment. Anyway, good afternoon to all of you. Honorable Vice Chancellor of CUSAT, Professor Dr. K. Madhusudanan, Professor M.K. Sabu, Head Department of Computer Applications, Dr. Judy M.K., Professor, Department of Computer Applications, Professor Dr. K. Girish Kumar, Director IQAC, the coordinators of the program, Professor Dr. Vinod, Dr. Rafida Rahman, all other distinguished guests, participants, esteemed faculty members, staff, and dear students. It's quite a coincidence that this program is being conducted the same day of our Golden Jubilee celebrations being inaugurated. And first of all, let me congratulate the staff, the students, and the entire team of the Department of Computer Applications for conducting the AICT Atal FTP on cybersecurity oversight for information protection. And I'm sure that this topic is extremely relevant, and appropriate to raise awareness about the cybersecurity threats, which are the most pivotal issues nowadays. And as our Honorable Vice Chancellor has pointed out, there should be a constant effort to sort out the issues. And I also feel that the conversation around cybersecurity, need to be refocused to, similar to the messages around the climate change issues and the related problems. Why? Because we live in a world which is extremely reliant on the technologies, and the reliance will continue, and it will continue as we go on introducing, more internet-enabled new generation gadgets and devices. And there are also the fastest growing, number of users as well. And the most interesting aspect is that none of them, or majority of them, are not aware of the cyber threats, of course, including myself. And what I understand is that the human link is the weakest in the network. And once the users, the humans, choose to ignore, then definitely there is going to be liability for the cybersecurity right then. And I hope this sort of discussion, the 5-day program, will enable the participants to get more insight into the latest trends, or the development of new vulnerabilities and the resulting threats. And the discussion with the panel of experts, whom I see there are a large number of experts from across the nation, from prestigious institutions, and their interactions, or the interaction with such experienced and skilled personalities, will enhance their awareness about the hidden truths in such areas. And I hope the participants will get benefited a lot. And I wish the program all success, and thank you for having me. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam. Now, maybe invite our dynamic Kumar, Director, Internal Quality Assurance Cell, CUSAT, to felicitate the program. So,
Honorable Vice Chancellor, am I audible?
Yes.
yes, sir. Yes.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Madhusudan, Professor Sabu, Head of the Department of Computer Applications, Dr. Meera, Registrar of our University, Dr. Judy, Dr. Vinod, distinguished resource persons, my dear participants and friends. The Department of Computer Applications of our university is always in the forefront in conducting a number of programs in addition to their regular academic programs. In academic programs also, they are coming up with new courses and programs, which are of course new generation in nature. My congratulations, first of all, to the department. And I am extremely happy that this morning we have inaugurated the 1-year-long Golden Jubilee celebrations. And on the same day, and this is the first academic program in connection with the Jubilee. Once again, congratulations, Dr. Sabu. Today, in collaboration with AICT, the department is starting an FDP for 5 days in a topic which is highly relevant in the present age, cyber security. Actually, cyber security is a practice of defending computers, servers, mobile devices, electronic systems, networks, and data from malicious attacks. So it's covering a vast and wide area in the modern age. The science, technique, and technology related to cybersecurity is hence very important. In fact, as a department of computer applications, it is their duty to conduct such programs on this very hot area. I personally feel that conducting an FDP for 5 days is worth than conducting a simple seminar on any topic. So in that aspect also, the department is scoring. I hope that a very good number of delegates are participating in this FDP, and from the names of the participants, I assume that the participants are from all over the country. Experts are also from different organizations like IIT, NIT, etc., from different parts of the country. Very eminent experts are there. They are handling different sessions in this 5 days program. I'm sure that this FDP will be highly fruitful to the participants. I once again congratulate Dr. Sabu, Dr. Vinod, and Dr. Rafida for organizing such a wonderful program and wish the program all success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Professor Dr. Vinod P., coordinator of this workshop, to extend our formal note of thankfulness. Vinod, sir.
Thank you, Mrs. Mark. Respected dignitaries, participants from various institutions, my dear colleagues and wonderful students of our department. I'm indeed very happy and deemed to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of Department of Computer Applications. First and foremost, I would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. K.N. Madhusudanan, a great visionary for making this inauguration a success with his august presence. Thank you, sir. The department is fortunate enough to be backed by our head of the department, Professor Sabu M.K., who is the source of inspiration, support, and guidance. Thank you so much, sir. I also wish to express my gratitude to Dr. Meera V., Registrar, Cochin University of Science and Technology, for her support and encouragement, and also highlighting today the pressing need of cybersecurity. Thank you so much, ma'am. I sincerely thank Professor K. Girish Kumar, Director, IQAC, CUSAT, for his continuous inspiration and encouragement and inspiring us by introducing cybersecurity to the audience. Thank you so much, sir. I also extend my sincere thanks to my colleagues, Professor Sri Kumar, Professor Judy, Dr. Vishnu, Mrs. Malati, for extending continual support for this event. I place my heartfelt gratitude to my joint coordinator, Dr. Rafida Rahman, for helping me meticulously plan this faculty development program. Thank you. Express my sincere thanks to Dr. M. Jadhavedan, Dr. K.V. Pramod, Emeritus Professors of our department, for their support and guidance. I thank section officers, Mr. Nandakumar, technical staff, all other teaching and non-teaching members of the department. A special thanks and appreciation goes to the research scholars of our department who have worked hard to ensure that this occasion becomes a memorable success. Thank you, everyone. I thank all distinguished resource persons and participants from various institutions across India for accepting our invitation and being a part of this event. Thank you. I especially thank our PRO and his office staff, members of media, for evincing interest in covering the event, and all good hearts who have worked behind the screen. Once again, I thank you one and all, and have a happy learning ahead. Thank you all.
Once again, may I take this opportunity to thank all of you on behalf of the organizing committee of this workshop for your esteemed presence in this inaugural function. Hoping and wishing you all a fruitful time of learning and exchange of ideas. Handing over to the next session to Dr. Rafida Rahman. Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you, everyone. So we will start our next session by 3:15, where we will be having a talk by Dr. Sriram Vasudev on malvertising. Thanks for joining. So again, I repeat, we'll start our next session by 3:15.
Sure. Thank you.
Dr. Sriram Vasudev completed his PhD and Masters in Embedded Systems, and he has a blend of industrial and teaching experience for 14 years. He has authored or co-authored 42 books for reputed publishers across the globe and authored 125 research papers in revered international journals. Also, he has published 28 papers in international and national conferences. He is a startup mentor and technology consultant. He is the winner of the Harvard University Hack Harvard Global 2019 World Hack 2019. He has been selected as a member in Intel IoT Advisory Board, IETE, Huawei Developer Expert, and also he is the first person from the country to be selected as a Huawei Developer Expert. He was selected as an Intel IoT Innovator and was awarded Top Innovator Award in 2018 and 2019, and Intel XE Innovator during March 2021. He is also a world record holder with his sister, Shubhasri Vasudevan, only sibling in the globe to have authored 9 books together. With this short introduction, I welcome you, sir, for the session.
Thank you very much, and that was a nice introduction. Can I go ahead and start the session?
Sure, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Can you make me the host?
So can you check now? Is it fine?
Yes, sir. I could see that. No issues. Right. So I hope I'm audible and I'm clear.
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, and I would like to thank Vinod sir and all the organizers who have made this possible. And I'm really happy to talk to this kind of very learned crowd. And I hope that the session will be interesting. I'll try to also tell you what are all the avenues that you can go ahead with at the end of the session in terms of your career perspective. Many of us start learning cybersecurity. Many of us go ahead with malware research, adware research, small spam, malvertising, and many things. But still, end of the day, the roles are very different in the industry. So I work very closely with the industry as well. So I can let you know what are all the options available in terms of job prospects at the end of the day. That's what is most important, right? End of the day, you need food there. And I'll reveal you the facts about that. And it will take about 1 hour, 15 minutes, somewhere like that for the first topic. And the second topic, whatever I suggested you now, will take another 15-20 minutes. Then I'm open for questions. There are some demos that I have got as well, some simple demos, maybe a couple of demos. You can have a look at it as well. And if you have any questions in between, you can please type it in the chat box so that I can answer it at the end of the session. But otherwise, it's all okay and we can interact. Right. So what am I going to do now? Very simple. I'm going to talk about malware. We are going to talk completely about malware, and it's going to also cover the most important areas which are emerging as well as which are disturbing us: the malvertising, the mal spam, adware, and a little more. So the picture made it clear. So we are going to talk about these guys, and all of them are very important to be known. So the agenda is very simple. I'll start with what exactly is a malware. It will be a quick recap and malware types for the people who might not know about that. Mal spam. Mal spam is different from malware. Mal spam is different from malvertising. So mal spam is not adware. We need to learn all those. So I'll talk about it, and then I'll step into malvertising and how do we avoid malvertising. All those things will be answered. Then I'll talk about steganography related things which are connected to cyber stuff, and then we will move on to Q&A after we discuss the career prospects and career possibilities with respect to cybersecurity. So all this will be a power packed session. I believe that I'll add some value to your learning. And in case you have any questions, please feel free to ask me anytime through the chat box. I'll be more than happy. And I'll also share these resources through the organizers so that you can use it for your later verification. Right. Now, please understand the modern day attacks are dependent on three things. One, what is the plan that they really need? Every attack in the cyber world has a requirement to go ahead with three things. One is a plan, and second is the path, third one is the target. And finally, other than these three, we've got something more to it that is called mode of delivery. So what is a plan? A plan is nothing but intention of the attack. Some attackers are really cranky. They just want to disturb you. Some attackers are money minded. They want money from you. Some attackers are psychopath. They want to kill you. So there are people who work on different areas. Different intentions are there. So that drives everything. You really have intentions which are driving people, and the intentions are going to be most important, right? Second, path. What is the path that the attacker takes to get the target reached? How does he come in? Does he come in via advertisements? Does he come in via some installations? Does he come in through mail? What is it? How does he come in? So that's very, very important to be understood. And we need to know that as well. And then finally, target. Who are the target audience? Is it an individual? Is it a group of people? Is it an organization? Or what is it? So we need to understand what are all the targets that the attacker has in mind. These three really matters a lot. And finally, the mode of delivery is very, very important as well. And how does it get delivered end of the day? So please understand, when you start doing research or when you start working on a particular problem statement, you need to go ahead. In fact, you need to dwell deeper into these 3 points. What is the plan? What is the path? And what is the target? And end of the day, how exactly the mode of delivery happens. So all these are very, very critical and have this noted. Well, I always say this, malware is everywhere. Everywhere malware. It somehow connects well. So what is it? We all know that malware is something threatening. Malware is something very annoying. So what is it actually? It's nothing but a piece of code. It can be a small piece of code even, which can really disturb you a lot. It can do something really nasty, which can steal your password. Your password is gone or compromised. Second, it can catch your keyboard strokes. You must have seen this in the movies, particularly Hollywood movies. They just like that do that in the movies. And you take the keyboard strokes, for example, what is the password that I used for logging into my bank account? What is the PIN that I used for banking transaction? All those can be stolen. You can steal the data. The entire data can be stolen. And at the end of the day, I can also do one more thing. I can lock your machine. All the files in your machine is locked completely. All the files I can lock, and I can demand you for money. I'll say that you give me bitcoins or you give me money, only then I'll open it. And when I do that, you have no option other than to obey what I say. That's it. It's very simple. So malware is nothing but a small piece of code which is going to upset your regular workflow, and it's going to really make you really troubled. So the point is simple. I explained you that. Now, what exactly are we going to go ahead, sir? Simple. Which devices can the malware attack? Is there any device which can escape out of it? If you ask me like this, I'll say no. It can attack, the targets can be the Windows machine, the Linux machine, mobile phones. And believe me, the smartwatches are even, attacked. If you have a smartwatch, for example, Google's voice, Wear voice is there in all the fossil watches, and Apple watches have got operating systems inside. So what they need is essentially is available in the smartwatch, and that's how it goes. So we can get our smartwatches, mobile phones, Linux machines, Windows machines, all of them attacked. So one good thing about malware that I need to tell you, it's a good boy in one aspect. What is it, sir? Very simple. It cannot function on its own. What do you mean by that, sir? I'll tell you that. Someone has to trigger it. Someone has to activate it. Without somebody or someone activating it, it cannot get into the running mode. Without something executing it, it will not get into action. So that's the major advantage of malware. So, but are we using that advantage? If you ask me, no is what I will tell you, because it's already very tricky, and the malware writers will write the code or write the malware piece in such a way that you won't even understand that you are triggering it. So that's how things go. So I'll download, I'll let you execute it, I will then open the gate for you. That's all. It's very simple. So what is a malware? A malware is nothing but a small piece of code which can damage you. Where it can sit anywhere. It can go into your smart watches even. It can go into everything which is smart. And the biggest advantage, as I told you, is it cannot function on its own, but it is not an advantage until and unless you know that there is an advantage like that. They will trick us that we will download it, we will install it, and we will open the gate for ourselves to enter into hell. Very simple. Right. If I ask you a question, do you want to get infected? You will say that definitely not. I'm sorry, get out. That's how you will respond. That's pretty normal response. So if a malware comes and says that, sir, I'm a malware, please click here so that I can infect you. Will you really go ahead and click it? You'll never do that, right? Nobody would. And the point is simple, because we all are very much aware that if something comes like this and something tells that it is a virus or it is something, we won't click that. So the point is simple. It comes in a different way. It comes always as a bundle. It comes as a package. It comes as a package with the free software. We are all fond of free softwares, right? I believe that many of you would have used the MP3 cutter, MP3 joiner, the document to free PDF converter, PDF to document converter, or you must have used the torrent software for download and the free toolbars available for our browser. All those are nothing but the friends of malware who enable malware to come in. So before you install something, please think twice, thrice, and then go ahead with the installation. Anything that comes for free is not free. It's like COVID. It won't come with you for free. It's going to infect you. So be very careful about installations of unnecessary piece of software. Sir, how do I know that this link is good, that link is good? How do I know that this web page is legitimate? I have a method for it. I'll tell you, you can test it out yourself, and that's going to be pretty easy as well. But make sure you do not click something adverse into your machine. Even if you have 1% doubt in your mind, 1% instability about the clicking in your mind, don't click it. Right. What are the types of malware that we are aware of? You must have heard of the names, but you may not have known the purpose of these particular malwares. For example, Trojan. Trojan is mostly connected with the banking credentials, and it will steal the banking credentials from the customer, I mean the victim. Scareware, what is it? The scareware is something that you and I are used to. We suddenly get a pop-up message saying that your computer is infected. If you click here, I will remove that virus or I will remove that infection out from the computer. These kind of messages will quite often pop up, and we have seen that when we visit some websites which are free, which are going to get us the MP3 songs downloaded. You always have seen this in the places where you download songs, where you download videos. All those things are the places where you get these kind of advertisements, and all these are called scarewares. They are going to hit your computer hard, and if you click it, you are already dead. Very simple. Keylogger, what is it? This is the one that the hackers use to identify what are your keystrokes and what are the credentials that you type when you get into the banking site, or your email password, or any transaction for that matter. When you go into it, you are already caught. So please be careful. This is something that is mostly used in the ATM machines. The keystroke is captured there, and they understand what are all the transaction pins and passwords through that, and that's risky. Next is ransomware. This guy is well known to you all. So ransomware is something which will come into your machine, which will encrypt all the data, all the files in your machine, or it will lock, in other words, all your files and machines. And what it will demand, very simple, I will unlock it, but you give me Bitcoin or give me a lump sum money. So this is how it works. So you got to be careful about malware. Malware is not in one form. Malware takes multiple forms, and it is Trojan, it is scareware, it is keylogger, and ransomware are the well-known and very common types of malware that we are all aware of. Well, now it's time for us to get into mal spam. I hope I'm audible and clear. I'll also type the YouTube channel link that I maintain. I upload a lot of videos and stuff there related to multiple technologies, including cybersecurity, ML, AI, deep learning, embedded systems. So you are free to refer it, and you are free to learn from there. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me through email. I'll also share my email ID with you so that we can share technical knowledge all together. And if you have any questions, as I told you already, there are people who have joined late. You can type it in the chat section. I'll be able to look into it, and I can answer those questions at the end of a session. I have given you my channel ID as well as my personal email ID. So you professors can use it, and you can ping me for any queries later on. Right. Let's get back onto the track. What is mal spam? Very simple. You read it as mail spam. I call it that way. In my sessions, I explain mal spam is nothing but it's mail spam. What do you mean by that? Email plus malware is called mal spam. That's all. You need to remember it as mail spam, but it is not the spam that you get in the mail, but it's called email plus malware. Right. We get tons and tons of spam mails. Google is doing enormous amount of research about how do we curtail the spam mails entering us, but nobody is able to curtail it. Still, if you see the Google spams, it's the best. You get a lot of mails, and every day you will become a millionaire. How many of you have felt it? Most of the times, if you see you have won $100,000, you have won $200,000, $10,000, something like this, the mails are coming, and most of the time, Google detects it as spam, and at times, if the subject is properly written and if the hacker is good enough to send an email with proper content, it also comes through the inbox. So we are seeing it and we are actually visualizing it as well. So you need to be careful. The point is simple. You need to be careful, right? We witness a lot of spam emails and we are deleting them or ignoring them, right? Why do they play around with your emails? They know that you may delete it. They know that you may ignore it, but still, why do they choose this path for you to be attacked? Very simple. We are all emotional. We are all emotionally, we are connected. We are really connected to our family members. We are connected to our friends. We care for them, and we are having a brain which is connected towards emotions, and they use that. So you are emotional, very good. Welcome to the game. You will be attacked. Very simple. So when you are reading mails or when you are checking mails, move your emotions a little away and read the mail with a normal view. You do not get emotional. And the curiosity, the anxiety, the eagerness, and the fear. All these four are real good friends of mouse spam. Using these four only, these attackers are attacking us easily. And the cyber attacks have raised by n-fold. I'm telling you, it has raised by n-fold during this pandemic period because people are emotionally very much attacked. Already we are emotional. We are seeing people dying. We are seeing people getting into diseases, requiring all this COVID-19. The COVID-19 pandemic is the most frequently used phrase for attacking the people during this time frame. So you have to be really careful. And that's the reason, the emotion quotient is the reason that these people are using to attack. I already asked you this question. I'll give you a malware executable or installer. I'll ask you to install it. What will be your immediate thought process? I'm telling you well and open that see boss, I'm giving you a malware file. If you install it, it will come in into system. It will damage your system, and no will be the answer, as I told you already. But if I tell you that I'm going to give you a file that is an installable, you install it, all the unnecessary files in the system would be removed. All the files that carries a lot of memory, or all the files which are not required really for your machine, will be removed. It will improve your performance. It will improve your internet speed or something like that. If I tell you, would you not think about installation? That's how these people are thinking. That's how they are coming into our mind. They are coming into our mind by simply connecting it to the emotion and connecting it to your curiosity. Okay, can I go ahead and tell you that you install it, you will all be fine? Then people try to install it, and there are many victims, and it's not a joke. There are so many victims who have seen this kind of messages and who have given their data. Right. So what are all the forms that mal spam come in? How do you identify that this is a mal spam? Very simple. I'll tell you that it will be mostly like 99%. With our research, we understand. I work very closely with Cisco as well. So with the data that I get from them, with the inputs that I get from them, we understand that it's almost 99%. It comes as reminders, invoices, or sale receipts. You get only in these formats. It's mostly reminders or invoices or sale receipts, and the subject line or the tagline could be like urgent request for a quotation, the purchase proof, overdue of your installment or something like that, your salary slip or something like this will come, and this is all connected to malspam, and there will be an attachment. That's all. This is highly possible that this could be malicious. You have to be careful, and you should certainly be very careful over there to avoid it. Right. Now, something is very important to be understood. It's emoted. What is emoted? It's a Trojan. These are all interview questions again. If there are somebody who is preparing for probably interviews at cybersecurity domain. Please go through these questions. I have also got additional questions, about 55 questions. 60 top asked questions are there in my channel. You can probably view it. And if you want that PPT, I can also circulate it. So please go through those interview questions, because we get a lot of answers out from experts, and I have recorded it in the channel. So you may use it. And if you want materials, let me know. I can always help you. Right. What is an emotet? Emotet is a Trojan. As I already told you, Trojans are always connected to banking. Trojans are always connected to the banking related stuff, and we can call it a banking malware. Remember it. Right. There is something called as a Christmas emotet. I do not know if you are aware of. If you are aware of, I'm very happy. But otherwise, this is something very nasty during the Christmas time in the Western countries. During the Christmas time, there will be a lot of season's greetings which will be rolled out online, and there is an emotet behind it, and the moment you open that, and if you see um, the greetings that these people are sending you, if you click it, that's all, you are gone. So during these times of Christmas, or during these times of any celebrations like Diwali, if you get a mail saying that happy Diwali, click this link to grow better, click this link to celebrate with us, these kind of stuff are really dangerous, and you need to be careful. A mail actually wishing you with Christmas, Merry Christmas mail, could be really harmful. So you need to be careful about that. And this Christmas term is the most used term for attacking people. And please understand, we have identified the link leads. I have got set of link leads that I have presented in front of you. The URIs have been presented. If you see any of these, please avoid it. This is done with the proper research, and I'm presenting you this after doing a lot of research on this area. And please understand, if you see your holidays e-card, gift card for you, e-gift card, happy holidays card, your gift card, Christmas e-card, your Christmas gift card, holidays e-card, gift card, your card, e-card, any of these, if you get in the URI, just stay away. These guys are harmful. They are going to attack, and they are meant for it, and you have to be careful. Right. We are now getting into the malvertising. This is one area which is actually gaining a lot of momentum nowadays. And why is that so? Very simple. I told you, right? It's all about advertising right now. Most of the ads are coming online. We get a lot of online ads, and most importantly, when you go into Facebook after opening Google and type, you try this out. It's very interesting. You go open Google and search for say Thailand holidays. You type Thailand holidays in Google, and what will happen immediately the moment you push it into it, and then if you open Facebook or Twitter or something, you get these ads popped up regarding the Thailand holidays. How do they do it? So they do it through proper analyzing of your keystrokes, your that's the digital marketing stuff that's working on the background, and they understand what are all the leads that are required to reach you, and it's all business. It's all business. And today, the global market, the global sales is completely dependent, if I would say, on the online advertisements. It is not wrong. The online ads, the ads generated in the YouTube, the ads generated in Google, the ads generated in FB, wherever you go, you see a lot of ads, because that's the market. And there is where the attackers chose to work on. That's called malvertising. Very simple. There are a lot of differences between the malvertising and malspam. You cannot confuse between these two. Malvertising is simply connected to an ad which is malicious. It will come through the legitimate network. That's all. It will be an ad which is going to damage you. And what is malspam? Malspam, as I told you, things come in the fraudulent email, and you are going to be taken further there. And if you click that link, you are gone. The downloads or stuff will attack you, and you are gone there. So malvertising is something that's going to talk only about the advertisements which are really malicious. It will come like legitimate stuff. It will appear like legitimate stuff, and you have to be careful. So that's the major difference. Sir, is malvertising really dangerous, sir? Is there any big guys who are caught? Yes, the list of things that are the list of guys whom are already affected with malvertising in their website are listed. London Stock Exchange, one of the most safest websites, one of the most safest regions that you cannot go ahead and touch. It's gone, it's already attacked. Spotify, we are all using it right now, right? So Spotify is already attacked. The New York Times Online, think about it. They have a lot of security, and they are safe by themselves through a lot of cybersecurity protections and stuff. But these guys simply have attacked it, and these websites are already infected with malvertising. and then later on they removed it. That's a story, but still the preparators are they are really smart enough. They are getting into this legitimate online site, and they just inject it, and the moment they inject it, and if you click those ads, you are getting redirected to different areas, and there you are gone. So the ads that carry the malicious content inside, and they are going to attack you, that's called malvertising. So these three websites, not only these three, there are many other websites which are really very famous or attacked, but these three are really very famous, which we can immediately recognize. But why malvertising is relying on this advertisements, and why malvertising grew very well, and why not people are able to understand that it's an attack? It's complex. The reason is very simple. It's complex because when you go ahead with redirections, when I click a link, it goes to next, it goes to next, and we keep moving to multiple links online for transactions, for ads, and multiple things nowadays, right? So you see that the moment you click it, you are not staying the same web page. You will get another web page redirected immediately to you for most of the operations. So that's what is used by these hackers, and they exploit this complexity. This complexity is really high, isn't it? It's very high, and they have simply exploited it. And what they have done is they have placed their content, and nobody will be able to identify it. They are smarter. So we have to be extra smart in rejecting it. That's how you need to think. We are to be extra smart in rejecting it. Right. Now comes the very important question. Adware. We must have heard of what is an adware, and you must have already felt it as well. If not, I'll tell you right now. It will be easy for you to recollect. Is adware same as malvertising? Adware we have seen, sir. What is it malvertising, sir? Is it same? I'm hearing that both are coming very close to each other. No, they are not the same. They may be looking close to each other, but they are not the same. Very simple. Adware is some junk guy who will trouble you mentally by popping up a lot of ads. Adware is all about popping up advertisements, right? It will trouble you with unwanted advertisements on your computer. The adware will tend to serve you a lot of pop-up ads, and most importantly, the browser's homepage settings. If adware is infecting your machine, you could have felt that you would have got a homepage set already, but it will change to something else, and it will redirect you to that particular website every time. So this is really panicking, isn't it? It will add a spyware. It will just bombard your device with so much of advertisements. There are multiple side effects or after effects you may call, which are connected to this adwares. The first one is it will terrifically slow down your computer. Why, sir? Very simple. It keeps redirecting, it keeps loading unnecessary things. So the task that you wanted to do will not be done at the pace that you want to do, and it gets redirected to something else. So what happens is your resources in the system, essentially it's all operating system, right? So the resources in the system are redirected towards something else which is annoying and nasty, instead of it working for something which is very useful. What is an operating system? It's a resource manager. That's all. It manages all the resources effectively, and it lets you work in the system peacefully by managing the available resources. It won't ask you for more. It won't ask you to remove anything. That's how operating system works, right? But there is where these guys come in into picture, and they use all the resources for their advertisements, redirections, and stuff. They make you feel like real difficult, right? There will be a lot of ads. Sir, how many ads would come, sir? You close one, the next one will come. That's as simple as that. You close the second one, the third one will pop up. It's like that. You get a lot of ads popped up continuously. It's like continuous bombarding. In fact, that's the term that we need to use. And they bombard you with a lot of ads. Constant crashing. It will crash. You must have been working with something else, and the system will suddenly restart. So that's done through hardware. And the browser homepage changes. I told you this already. It happens. And slow internet connection, obviously, because it could download something else in parallel. It could redirect you immediately. It can keep popping up ads. So the resources and the internet speed is utilized for something which you do not require. Instead of it being used for something very good to go with, it uses these adware or ad malware to trouble you. So the point is simple. It's different from a malvertising. Malvertising is a small piece of code, and it's deployed on a publisher's web page. Adware is mostly targeted for individual users. Malvertising need not be. Adware is targeted for a particular user and his machine. So it comes to that particular user, it attacks, and it grows further. It really makes the user kind of reinstall and format the machine and come back. That's the end of it. You will have to probably go ahead, reinstall it, wipe off everything and do things. That's how I have done in the past. So malvertising affects the users viewing a particular infected page, but adware is not like that. Once it is installed into the machine, once it has come into the machine, that's all. It will grow like anything. It will keep working on, and that's a larger pain. As I told you, until and unless you kick them out of your computer by reinstalling or putting a nice antivirus stuff in your machine, it's not going to be leaving you peaceful. So the major difference between malware and the malvertising, I mean ad malware and the malvertising, is clearly explained. This is yet an interview question. This is yet again an interview question. So please remember it. Malvertising is all about placing a small piece of malicious code, and that's on the publisher's web page. Adware is not that. Adware is for individuals. It is mostly targeted for the individual users. Okay, I have given you the complete background of, I believe that I'm audible and understandable. I hope I'm slow. Am I understandable? Audience, probably you can type it in the chat box. Please say if I'm understandable, and if the session is okay. Are you all enjoying the session? Are you all understanding whatever I'm trying to convey? Is it easy for you? Great. I get a lot of yes. Thank you. Thank you, folks. Thank you. I'll go ahead. Because afternoon sessions are normally a little drowsy, and by 3:15 probably our stomach would start work in digesting things, and that's the reason I asked you this question. Good that you are following, and I'm very happy about that. Thank you. Let's get into the content again. I do not want to overdo with a lot of material, so I made it very simple, and I've got some demos for you. I'll also give you the career prospects as I told you. Just follow me. I hope it will be very interesting for you. Right. We'll go more into the malvertising stuff right now, and I'll also show you some infographics that we could find online. I'll also give you the references for that, and it will be certainly useful for you. Anybody who wants to go ahead further by doing a lot of research on this area, please go through that websites that I'm going to refer you with. They will give you a lot of information, and I can also help you offline. It should not be a problem. Right. So what is malvertising again? It's very simple. I'm going to distribute malware through online ads. That's all. Let's make it simple. I'm going to distribute. See the word that I'm using. I'm going to spread the malware through online ads. So who is the target? It's not one person. It's multiple persons who are coming into that particular vicinity or the website. I am going to attack all of them. Many websites are totally running, many websites are totally getting their living, and they survive because of their online ads. So as I told you, this is the largest base. If you go to YouTube now, every video which is monetized has got 2 or 3 ads coming in. There are so many ads which are coming in terms of you can click it and go further. You must have noticed that there are multiple ad types. It can come as a video, it can come as a banner, it can come as a redirection stuff. The reason YouTube is surviving is because of the total ads that are being popped up there. One video, if I put, and if I get 1 rupee revenue, 50 paise or 60 paise goes to Google, just like that. So they survive with that, and the content creators survive with that. In fact, I get my revenue through YouTube ads only. So it's the medium where we get a lot of revenue, and it's growing, right? Please understand, it's growing. Now, this slide is very, very important for you all. So I request your complete attention in this slide. Please listen to it carefully, right? Okay, how malvertising works. I'm going to give you a clear picture, and I request you to visit the malwarebytes.org. I'll type the link also, malware, and let me type it, malwarebytes.org. This website has got a lot of infographics and a lot of information about malwares. So please go through it at your comfortable time, and this would certainly be very helpful. So what I'm trying to do in today's session is not to give you a lot of gyan, but to introduce you to many things that you may not be aware of. That's my core intention. So I'll give you these kind of resources and information. Use it. Right. How malvertising work? Very simple. I am visiting a website. If the website is legitimate or not is not the problem. First point, I am visiting a website. I do not have to really care about if the website is legitimate or not. The malvertising is not going to worry about all those things. It's all with the ads that are coming on the site. Remember, I repeat, I am visiting a website. I do not have to bother much about the website is legitimate or not. Instead, I will have to now worry about the ads that are placed on the website, right? The ads can be in multiple shapes. It can be really attractive. Naturally, ads are attractive because they are designed by people who think 10 times to attract you. Every ad that you see online is designed by experts, so they usually appear very nice. They usually look very cool. And the intention of the ad is to make you click that. So they will really spend a lot of money on understanding how do they design an ad. And attackers are no different. So the advertisements can come in variety of formats, it would come in variety of colors, and most importantly, they come as banners or pop-ups. It comes in these two ways. The video ads are different. It doesn't harm you much, but the banners and the pop-ups are going to harm you. Now, what's the next step? The malware, the malvertising is something that's that's dependent on multiple things in parallel. It uses multiple tactics. It is dependent on multiple tools in parallel. Like there is something called iframe. I do not know if you people have used that or heard of it. Iframe is a tool, or you can call it as a box, invisible box, that can secretly navigate to additional web pages. Remember, malvertising is all about using multiple tools in parallel, and malvertising will utilize multiple tactics. And one such tactic, which is very common, in fact, is to use iframe. Iframe is nothing but a box or a tool which can secretly get you navigated to the additional web page. Right now, what will happen? The iframe redirects to an exploit landing page. What do you mean by that? That is where you are going to be exploited. I'm going to be exploited there completely. So the iframe will come in into picture. It will take me to the page. Now, what will happen? The landing page is where the complete malicious code is sitting, and there is where you are going to be attacked. Remember, the landing page is the page where the malicious code is waiting for you. So who does the work for you? The iframe is helping you in doing that. And what will happen? The attack happens there, and you get all the malicious software or malicious piece of code installed in your machine. And from them, you need not do anything. They will do. Very simple. This is how malvertising works. You click an ad, there will be an iframe coming into picture, and they will redirect you to the appropriate place. There the download will happen without your intention, and drive by downloads. Simple. You are driven completely by downloads there, and you are gone. From there, you cannot do much. You cannot, in fact, identify that as well, that you are being fooled there in that aspect. So you have to be careful. So please understand, whenever we are getting into malvertising research, it can work on, I'm telling you this specifically because I'm trying to do something on this angle. I'm working on it. How do we use machine learning and deep learning to detect malvertising? I have a lot of data. I have a lot of redirection data logs available with me. Can we do something with machine learning or deep learning to understand that this could be a malvertising attack? That's one of the hard cakes that you can really take and start working on. Can we use artificial intelligence to detect that? So that will fetch you a lot of real good research content, and you can go ahead further with that. So please understand, malicious ads are really difficult to be classified from the normal ads. It's really very hard to catch. I'm telling you very seriously, it is very difficult to differentiate a malicious ad and an ad which is legit. So they look very similar. They look very identical in terms of the duration, in terms of the banner design, in terms of the way they appeal you. All these are, it's like a olden day movie where you see the king will be really flattered by a girl who comes. Actually, it would not be a girl, it would be a Rakshas. The guy will come and transform himself as a girl, but the girl will look as good as a girl. It's a guy. So that's how the story goes there, right? In the olden days stuff. So that's exactly what is happening here. These guys are hard to catch. These guys are real smart. So when you visit an infected site, you might get infected easily, but without knowing that you are getting infected. So duplication happens here as well, and you need to be really very cautious. In the sense, the protection is the only way that you go ahead with. You can go ahead with, and you need to go ahead with proper antivirus softwares and stuff. I'll talk about it a little later. How do you come out of this malware? Is there no way, sir? No, we have some ways. I'll talk about it a little later, and I need time for it. Right. Sir, you told us what is malvertising. You told us how it works. But what are all the common ways that they do malvertising with? The first one is steganography. What do you mean by that, sir? Very simple. It's normally used for sending information in military and army purposes. I have an image, I'll add content into the image. Nobody will understand that there is content in an image. They will send it through email or send it through other methods. And only the intended recipient can see that there is content in an image and they can only decode it. But these attackers, those smart guys, they are using steganography to go ahead with malvertising. Very simple. They keep the malicious piece of content into the images and they push it on. So how do we do steganography, sir? Can we do steganography by ourselves? Yes, you can do. I'm going to show you a demo on that. Next is polyglot. This is again very polyglot. This is very interesting. This can be called as the elder sister of all this time. I have been calling this attack as a guys. So it's now equally important to give responsibility to ladies as well. So I call this as a lady right now. So this polyglot image is nothing but an elder sister of steganography, right? This is very intelligent, but this is not just like that. This is not just like steganography, which is not as intelligent, but this girl is very intelligent. Along with the malware, listen to it. Along with the piece of malicious code, they also will have they also would have hidden the piece of scripts for executing the code, which means that the malwares always needs somebody to execute it. This is what I told you right in the first minute. If you remember, malware is something that needs somebody to come and execute it. Somebody has to trigger it. This is what I told you, right? And I'm still standing by that. So what I mean is, I need somebody to go ahead and run it. And here they keep the script for it. So that's how polyglot is different. And tech support scams. This is very important. See, whenever you see that kind of messages like your device is having some issue, and I think it is going to deteriorate step by step, this kind of messages would come. And if you click that, you are gone. 99% of the people who get caught in malvertising are caught because of the tech support scams in US. Because they people will simply click it and they will go ahead with further discussions. They will get the number, they will call the toll-free number kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, it's all gone. So you'll have to be careful. I already introduced you to scareware. Your computer has been infected. Click here to clean the computer, and your computer will be clean for sure. So all the data is gone already. So these are all the 4 types of very dangerous malvertising techniques that they follow. And I think you can avoid few of them by being intelligent, and you can avoid some of them by using the tools. And there are 2 other very important methods that they play with your psychology. I mean, they affect your emotions. They provoke you. I mean, to attack you, they should provoke you. If they have to make you a prey, obviously what they have to do, they will have to provoke you. So how do they provoke you? Very simple: fake software updates. This is one thing that normally happens in the cyber world. There will be a fake software update, and the moment you update, it's not an update, it's gone, finished, and become a billionaire in a day. This happens in almost everyone's machine these days. You can become a billionaire in a day. And if you go through the online websites for news articles, for example, the Hindu, or in Tamil, you have a lot of articles as well, a lot of web pages as well. There, when you scroll further to the bottom, if you scroll, you will get a lot of messages. Top 10 factors about making money. This guy had only 1 rupee, but today he has 1.5 crores. How did he buy a Rolls Royce? Become a billionaire with Rolls Royce kind of stuff. So this is actually panicking. Don't click that. Even going into that link could damage you. Those kind of advertisements are nothing but they are malvertising, and they are going to infect us, right? Be careful about it. Now, what I'm going to do, sir, very simple. I'm going to show you a very simple, quick demo. This is a demo that I have recorded in my Ubuntu machine. So this is very easy to understand. Steganography, right? How do we do steganography at home? Can we do steganography at our PC, sitting at our PC? Yes, you can do. It's pretty easy to do. And that's what I'm going to show you right now. This is the way the attackers work. Give me half a second. I hope till now everything is clear and it has been interesting. So just give me half a second. Right. What is steganography? Very simple. It's a field or an art of hiding some information inside the picture, right? So this was normally used in military and mission critical informations, where mission critical operations, where the information is transported to the receiver. Also, there will be a code. Only when you have the code, you can open and see that there is an information inside. So others will just see it as a normal one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use something called a stick hide. StegHide is a tool that's available, or utility that's available with Linux, and we can install it. It's pretty easy to install it and try it out. I'll show you a simple picture, and I'm going to add information into the picture. But before that, we need to install it. Sudo apt-get StegHide. I need to give my password. I can't tell you that having the session on cybersecurity. So it's already installed. So it's saying that it's already installed, no problem with that. So this is the car that I'm going to have right now as demo, and this image will have information inside. So this is the page that I'm going to hide inside that car. So this is the same page that I'm going to hide. The steg.txt is going to go into the car image. That's the same thing, right? So how do we go ahead with it further? Very simple. The usage is very easy. I need to use the command steghide embed-cf. Embed will help you in embedding the textual information inside the image. Now, what is the image that I had? I had a car image, so I need to clearly say the name of the file. And what is the file that I have to push in? The file name is steg.txt. The moment I do it, you could see that it will ask for setting up the password. So I can give a passphrase, which can be anything. I'm setting it up right now. And please understand, the embed option will help you in embedding the text inside the image file. Now I have set a password. I'm re-entering the passphrase. That's all. It's embedded. It's clearly embedded right now. And for others, car_demo has got only car_demo content. But for me and for the receiver, we know that we have hidden information into it. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to change the path, and I'm going to download this content into a different path, because I have already got the file in the previous path. So I'm going to now extract it and keep it in a different path to show you that this file, I mean the car file, has got some content inside. So you can see that I'm downloading it. I'm extracting the content in a different directory, and that's what is happening right now. And for that to happen, I need to use extract -sf, and I would have told my recipient that this is the password. So it's done. You can see that I am in a different path, and the steg.txt is available there. It's the content that I downloaded from the image. This is called steganography. Simple. And remember, you cannot escape so easily from by avoiding the password. You cannot do that. So I'm trying to avoid that right now. I'm giving some wrong password, all those things. So it won't let me go ahead with it. So one and only if I clearly give the right password, that's what I'm going to show you right now. Could not extract. So this is one of the type mechanisms that you can try, and this is something that is amazing, easy to teach the students as well. Because whenever you talk about cybersecurity, most of the contents could be floating around as theory, and that's really panicking. So we can add this kind of stuff, and please use man pages. And also, I have a humble request to all the participants. If you are teachers, please explore more about the Linux system programming to show children the Linux related contents, which are particularly about the process and the process control block. If you have time, please go through my Linux system programming playlist that I have in my channel, where I have taught clearly how to do a surgery on process. I can open a process. I can show you what exactly are the content in the process control block. You can identify if something is going wrong by tracking the process. It's like a doctor verifying contents. So please make sure you people understand how do we do that, and that's really amazing thing that you can learn. All these are simple, and I can give you all these materials for you to go ahead and refer it in the future. In case you have any questions, as I told you, you can type it in the chat box. Well, is there any way that I can stop getting victimized, right? Malvertising is something on the rise, and can I avoid getting victimized, sir? Yes, there are ways that you need to go ahead with. The first thing that you can follow is to install very strong antivirus, right? And please use proper ad blockers. This is something that I want all of you to do. Please use appropriate ad blockers. Please do not go with the plugins. You may feel that the plugins are really going to help you, but they are not. They are really nasty. They are going to affect you in multiple ways. And please do not have plugins unless and otherwise you know that it comes from a real legit source. And please do not postpone the operating system's update, because every day these guys who produce operating system, who build operating system, are working on avoiding or averting the cyber attacks, and they keep releasing the packages keep coming, and these guys are really working very hard for it. So do not postpone the updates. Most of the times when Windows gives an update, what we will tend to do is we will tend to postpone it. We'll say that install after 15 minutes, install after 1 hour, and finally it will never get installed. So it's not that. So please make sure that you people carefully install all the updates without fail, and that really saves. And use a browser which is safe. There are n number of browsers that are available in the market. Number of websites is going to be equal to number of browsers that are available, is what I say on a lighter side. There are so many browsers. Please do not go with browsers which are not really good. Please see the ratings. Please see the way they save you, because when you open the browser and give the banking information, it's almost like you are billing them by holding their hand. So you have to be careful, folks. So be very careful in terms of choosing the browser. Use browser link. This is one thing that I have to tell you how to use, and this is something amazing. Um, I'm hopeful that you are seeing my screen. Can you see my screen? Can you see the browser that I'm having right now? One of you please type it in the chat box. Could you see the browser? No. Okay. Right. Let me work on it. Yeah. People have given input, so please, yeah. Till now, I hope I have not bored you. Was it boring? Okay. Thank you, folks. Right. Now, if you see, can you see the screen right now? Can you see the screen? Can you see the browser? Right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something called as browser link. Right. What is it, sir? That's very, very simple. Whenever you get a doubt, whenever you get 1% doubt in your mind about going through a website, I have got a web link, sir. I am doubtful about getting into it. Is there any way that I can avoid it? But you definitely want to go to it, but you want to check if it is legit. How do you do? Just click browser link. This online browser testing tool is very much supportive for us, and you can test it right now, whichever link you want. For example, www.krct.ac.in. What will happen is it will, can you see that? So it will get you with a window open, and that window is actually virtual, and you can see if the page is legit or not. That's very, very simple. So instead of you clicking it on your own and running it in your machine, you run it in their machine. It's like a VM. Could you see that? So I have just demonstrated it quite easily, right? Let me try with another website. Maybe we can try with, you can choose the browser. You can choose whatever you want. See that here. See, this is real amazing stuff. Whichever operating system you want, you can choose Windows 10. Well, you can choose Chrome. You can choose the size, everything. And let me go with www.yahoo.com or something. But we need to go with a paid plan for upgrading to Windows 10. They don't allow you, but this free stuff is enough for us. Now see that we are waiting in queue. There are this thing is used quite frequently by the cyber researchers. And if you see that now, this is the page where we will get our verification done. So see that the Yahoo page is loading in their machine, in their browser, but you are seeing it in your machine. So it's as good as you escaping out of getting victimized. So please make sure that you use these kind of tools, right? It's very, very important. And I'm typing the spelling of this browser link, right? So please use it. And this is something amazing, right? Till now, if you have any questions, you can ask me, because I'm going to go to the next part of it. I hope I did not bore you. You can type the question in the chat box instead of unmuting it, because I could hear some people unmuted. Please go ahead and type your questions if you have any. Maybe I can give you 1 minute to type the question. If not, we will go to the next part of it quickly for the next 15-20 minutes, and that would end it off. And let me come to the one very important point that I wanted to convey. Whenever you are building a product in IoT, because we people are now working mostly on IoT. Uh, Let me answer Veena Jose. Give me 1 minute, okay? So IoT is something that is growing like anything, and we have a lot of options to work on IoT as well. But IoT security is an area which is not explored as much. So if you are trying to do research and if you are planning to go ahead with your PhD or your PG projects, you may really choose IoT security. And another area that is very, very interesting to work. I wanted to explore this as well, and I'm working a little bit on that. It's the ADAS and DMS part. What is ADAS, sir? Very simple. ADAS is nothing but advanced driver assisting system, which gets the data real time and it processes it with this thing with artificial intelligence, and it helps the drivers. So it's very, very important to work on the security part of it, because this automatic cars and stuff, this autonomous cars and all are completely working with the ADAS and stuff, and we need to have cyber security ensured there, otherwise it can be hacked. So if you are doing PhD, you can try to explore these upcoming areas where there is a lot of chance for you to publish paper, and also you can get patents. Don't just think of papers, okay? We teachers mostly are behind papers because of the requirements, but still I wish that if you have an innovative idea and if you feel that that's going to be real novel stuff, you can go ahead with getting into the patents part of it also, right? So make sure that you give it a try. So there are, and now I have to answer the question and that Veena Jose has asked me, Miss Veena Jose has asked me. There are multiple ad blockers available. You can download it through Google extensions. There are Google extensions that are available. You can go ahead and type it. AdBlock Plus, that's a simple extension that can help you in customizing your requirements also. So you can block annoying ads and disable tracking. You can block sites. All those can be done with AdBlock Plus. It's the world's #1 free free to use ad blocker plus ad blocker it is. So you can try it out, Ms. Veena Jose. And in case you are not able to do it, let me know. I can help you out. I can show you that through a VM, and you can reach me through. Right. I'm going to talk about the point that Deepak Verghese has started. Yeah, ADAS DMS. It's not BMS, it's DMS, driver monitoring system. All these are going to use internet, and wherever you use internet, the problem comes in parallel. It's like you take the problem in your packet and you walk. That's how internet is these days. So you are taking the problem in the packet and you are walking, and we have to be careful, right? I'm going to the next part of the session, then we will probably discuss again. And one thing that you need to understand again, all these are avoidable. You can avoid, you can avoid yourself from getting attacked. And if you are a researcher, please make sure that you pick up the right topic, and resources are available in plenty. Really, I'm telling you, multiple resources are available and you can use them. And if you need any help, you can always reach us and we'll be able to help you. And as I already told you as well, and I can share all these materials to the coordinator and they'll be able to circulate this. Now it's a very important area that I want to talk about, because many of us are not aware of this. Many of us, they all know that just cybersecurity is one area, but it's not that. Cybersecurity has got employment opportunities for many people in many different designations. We have got so many designations that are supported, and I'm going to talk about it right now for next 15-20 minutes, and I hope that you are seeing that. Until now, I hope everything is clear. And let's get into the cybersecurity career options. What are all the career options that are there in cybersecurity? Sir, I'm a cybersecurity aspirant, sir. What can I become? Is there any role available for me? Yes, there are roles available, and I'm going to show you that. Right. Entry level to top post management level, multiple roles are there. Remember it. You are not going to just stay with one role in cybersecurity. It is not just cyber researcher, or it's not just cyber specialist. You have got so many roles. I was really surprised when I started digging deeper into the roles and designations for my book. I wrote a book on cybersecurity, and I wrote it along with the cyber specialist. So when I got to know that there are so many designations, I was simply awestruck. So I wanted to tell you that, and this will be really useful for you, right? We are going to uncover all those designations. First role that normally people talk about is security analyst, or people call it information security analyst as well. This is a role where the security analyst will plan and carry out security measures to protect the organization. That's all. This is entry level role, mostly 1 year, 1.5 years experience. That's how people get into this role with. And their role is to monitor the organization network, install, manage the updates, prepare reports, assisting in developing solutions for any particular problems. And all these are done with this guys. This is called security analyst or information security analyst role. This is the startup role. The role that you have to go with when you get into cybersecurity is through this. And do we have any expectations, sir? Yes. If you have 1 year experience on fundamental things, probably you will be good to go with. But otherwise, also freshers are hired for this, and the certifications are going to help you. So CEH, the Certified Ethical Hacker, that certification is going to be very helpful for this role. And CompTIA Network Plus, this is tough, but again, if a starter or if a fresher gets the certification and goes for an interview, he gets a lot of value. Certified Reverse Engineering Analyst, this is also another role that is very important, and another certification which is very important for this role. The next one is security engineers. This is a mid-level role. This is a mid-level role where they'll be implementing the systems, they'll be developing the systems, they define the security requirements, they go ahead and define the architecture level content. It's more of architecture level. So their solutions are at a higher level, and the previous guy, whomever we have seen, is at a lower level, and he will not think about architecture level content. But this guys have to have knowledge, and this guy should understand how do we go through the logs, how do we collect the data, what are all the kind of policies that we need to obey. Policy level, it comes to the next level, it goes closer to the management level. So it's called policy level role. And expectations for you to become a security engineers is very simple. You need to complete the CCNP security. You need to have one of the coding languages in a very strong way, very strong way. You need to really have a very strong programming knowledge in one. Python is sufficient nowadays. If you talk about Python, that's good. And knowledge on any one of the cloud, it can be AWS, it can be Azure, it can be Docker, it can be Google Cloud. But I have knowledge, because fundamentally everything is the same. Just the API calls are going to be different, and anybody can learn that. And that's one thing, right? So please understand, this is a different role that we need to look at. The next one is architect. The moment I call it architect, you can understand that that's a senior role. Excuse me. This guy is the guy, senior infosec guy, who will think like a hacker. He's the hacker essentially. So he should think like a hacker, and he should prevent attacks before it happens. He should predict the attacks, and he should drive his team towards that. He is at an enterprise level. His thinking process should be at an enterprise level, and that should be really very important. And this guy acts as a mentor, and this guy determines the security requirements. He plans the entire evaluation is done by this guy. Implementation of the security systems is all taken care of this, and for this the certification is really tough. CISSP, Certified Information Systems Security Professional, and CompTIA has Advanced Security Practitioner Program, CASP Plus. So we need to go through these certifications for you to become a security architect, but it will need at least 5 or 6 years for you to even take it up. Cryptographer, this is an interesting role. This role is becoming very famous these days. So it's very important role where they will talk about the encryption and the decryption mechanisms. That's all. For the sensitive data, I need both to be done. I need to encrypt and I need to decrypt it. So these guys these guys discuss around public key infrastructure, certificate generation, certificate management, and they got to have knowledge in both the Linux as well as Windows environment. They need to work on sensitive data. They need to identify the weakness in the existing systems, and they need to develop solutions for it. So that's how this role is. This role is suitable for a 3 to 5 years experienced guy. 3 years experienced guy can go ahead with this. And pen tester, this role was very impressive. Actually, I didn't know that there is a role like this before I started analyzing. A pen tester is a very key role, and this guy identifies the vulnerabilities, and they use their skill to make sure that they gain access through a illegal way to see if there can be attack possible. They are like ethical hackers. These guys are going to identify the loopholes and the weaknesses in the system. They will be like they will find out if there are any infiltration happening. So these guys are real hackers, but they work for the organization with their permission to hack the systems. And this is a real high paid role, I'm telling you. All these roles, whatever we talk about with respect to cybersecurity, they are all high paid. Well, you want to make a lot of money, think about getting into lakhs and lakhs of rupees. Get these certifications, get yourself with this expertise, and it will be really helpful for you to make good money as well as good growth. OSCP is one of the very important certifications. Offensive Security Certified Professional. SCP is System Engineering Professional. Offensive Security Wireless Professional. All these certifications are available for you to go ahead with. And Vulnerability Assessor. There is a role called Vulnerability Assessor. Would you believe? These guys will analyze the flaws, documents them, and they will make sure that the vulnerability is not made exploitable. That's how they work on. And they have certified valuation analyst certification available. And with that, you can become one. And these guys are the ones that I work with. I work with a lot of security researchers, and these guys' role is to do the postmortem. These guys' role is to do the operation. These guys will open the malware, dissect it completely, see what kind of things it does. They will go till the assembly language programming. They will know, they will want to identify where it started and where it ends, and they will find out how exactly it goes deeper into it. So they will build sandboxes. Sandboxes are the ones which are going to isolate the malware into a particular environment. They will use the tools to make sure that the static and dynamic analysis are performed. GAAC certification is one of the toughest certifications that you can go ahead with. GAAC Reverse Engineering Malware Certification. So please go through this, and if you want to explore a career further in this, I think these inputs will be really helpful for you. And one of the most complex roles, most complex. It's not easy to do this role, and it's very in the sense, this role is also pressure related role. This is highly pressurizing job. This is not easy. You being a forensic analysts are paid the most, and they will use the electronic devices and internet data for investigation purposes. They will have to recover the tampered data or the hidden information. They will have to have a definite very good analytical skills, and they should be hunting. It's like data hunt. They should keep hunting for the data, and there are a lot of certifications that are expected out from these guys. Certified forensic computer examiner, certified examiner, certified computer examiner, advanced computer system security, computer forensic certification, advanced computer forensic certification, and so many difficult certifications are to be crossed for you to become one. This is something amazing role. This role is also a middle level role. And the next one that we are going to talk about is security auditor. This role is at a very high level. In fact, these guys will directly go ahead with the highest level of hierarchy, and mostly these guys will be knowing everything. They have got a lot of experience, and they will go ahead with the necessary external certifications. They will go ahead with the risk assessment. They will make sure that all the stakeholders are informed properly about the risk and factors. They will even engage with the external auditors to make sure that things are all okay. And CASA, Certified Information Security Auditor, and ISO 27K lead auditor certificates are there for you to obtain, for you to become a security. This is at a very high level, and that's a good role. And finally, I've got one more role for you. Chief Information Security Officer, we call it CISO. These guys are typically very closer to COO or CEO. These guys will report to them directly, and they are in the topmost level. These guys will lead the entire show. So I work with one of CSIOs in Cisco very closely, and that's the man who is responsible for end-to-end security architecture and operations. They can lead them. They can lead the team, the entire team, on a continuous basis to devise the policies as well as to build things and to reduce risks. And most importantly, they are responsible for periodic audits. So the certifications are very, very tough, and it's not easy. CASSP, CASM, CEH, CCSP, CEH is, I mean, certificate ethical hacker testing is, I mean, certificate is bit easy to get, but rest of the certifications are definitely not easy, and they are taking a lot of time. So these are all the roles that you can try to exploit, and you can become one. I'll share this material also to the organizers so that you can see if you can use any one of these materials. But with this, I'm done with the session, and if you have any questions, I'm open to take it up. And I should thank the organizers for giving me this great opportunity. I feel I've given you content which is really useful. In case you have any feedback, you are welcome to mail me that. And I have already given you the link of my channel. Please go ahead and learn that also. wherever I can help you, I'm more than happy to help you. If you wish any collaborations to be done in terms of PhD where you need a problem statement to be identified, I can always help you there. And that's it. Thank you very much. And all of you stay safe. That's the most important point that I wanted to convey. Please stay safe. Have a good time ahead. And any questions, I'm okay to take for the next few minutes.
Participants, I request you all to type in the questions in the chat window. Maybe I can read it out for Dr.
Could you please type the channel link? Yeah, I'm typing it, folks. Hope I was not boring. Right. So I have given it. Good to see people with mask. I am sitting in an isolated room, so thankfully I'm not wearing it. Yeah, people are asking for my email ID. I can. Right. I've given my email ID as well. Thank you. I received good feedbacks and I'm very happy I can have a good coffee now with a satisfaction that I have done something good.
Dr. Sriram, there is one question that I see.
Yeah.
For freshers, which certification is important?
Right. I have already told that, but anyways, I'll repeat it. To start with, in this career, to start with, they will have to go with CEH. That is the Certified Ethical Hacker Certification. And it's good if they can have Certified Reverse Engineering Analyst Certification. These two are common. I think you can give it a try. Certified Ethical Hacker and Certified Reverse Engineering certification. So both are easy to go ahead with. It's not so difficult. In fact, it's pretty easy to go ahead with. Give it a try, please. So I'm typing it in the chat box. Now you should be able to see all the email and the channel ID. Both have been given in the chat box. Could you see that now?
Yes.
I think it's
Yeah.
given. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Good. Vinod sir, thank you very much for reaching me out, and I believe that I have done justice to your invite. And I'm very thankful to all the coordinators for the entire event, and I wish the event a grand success. Thank you very much. And
Thank you,
this
sir,
is a great opportunity
for
me.
joining us. I, on behalf of Department of Computer Application, sincerely thank you for accepting our invitation and sharing your valuable knowledge with the participants. So we look for future collaboration. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much.
Definitely,
Have a nice day. Take
I'm
care.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm sending you the email with the material, so please have a look at it and you can share it with the participants.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. See you. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Dear participants.
Thank you, participants.
Yeah. So, dear participants, we have completed the day 1, and tomorrow we start at 9 a.m. With a session by Dr. Emmanuel Pilli on the intrusion detection methods on cloud. So I request all of you to please record the feedback. The feedback link is given in the chat window, which would be considered as one of the elements for registering the attendance. Also, we are monitoring the attendance through the Zoom participants list. Thank you.